Hello, my name is Michelle, and if you're watching this video, then you know somebody or you yourself is getting the Savi Brachy treatment, and you have breast cancer or you know someone who has breast cancer. I was diagnosed with DCIS, ductal carcinoma in situ, and I was a candidate for the Savi Brachy treatment, which is a much shorter radiation treatment. It's twice a day for 5 days. That was my protocol. They say on the website that it's anywhere between 2 and 5 treatments, or 2 to 5 days actually. And I did 5 days, twice a day. That I live in South Florida, so that was the protocol that my radiologist offers right now. So I just want to give my experience, because I know that when I was looking to get this treatment, I wanted to talk to somebody who actually went through it, and there was nobody on the website or on the internet, and the doctor couldn't give me a patient's phone number. So I told him that I would do something like this, so that when somebody else is going to be getting this radiation treatment, that they would have somebody's experience. So I just want you guys to know my experience. So everybody's different, just so you know. So my experience is going to be different than somebody else's experience. I just want you guys to know that if I can get through this treatment, anybody can. Because, for instance, I do suffer from anxiety. I do have medical anxiety as well. And I also have a very low threshold for pain. And I am claustrophobic. So if I can get through this for 5 days, really it was a total of 8 days for me, because they started on a Wednesday and I finished on the next Thursday. So I had this implanted in me on Wednesday, so I had it in a total of 8 days. I'll tell you exactly my experience. So basically they surgically put it in, implanted it, I guess is what you would call it, on Wednesday. I went to the hospital. I was under MAC anesthesia, and they implanted it. It wasn't a long surgery. I woke up. I didn't feel pain. I didn't see it. I had my surgical bra on, and all I saw was something below the bra, because they covered it up, the wires. There's exposed wires, and I think the wires might have been like that long, and but there was no pain at all, which I was so happy. And it's not the most comfortable thing in the world. It was not painful. It was just something was in your breast, but again, there was no pain. So that was Wednesday. So Thursday, you go back to the radiation department where they're going to do the radiation, and that's the day where they take measurements, and then they map out your treatment plan. So that's what they do the next day, and you go through a CAT scan every time you go. Before every treatment, you get a CAT scan. And a CAT scan is an open dome. It's not a long tube. It's just an open dome. It doesn't take long. You just go, you slide in, they take a picture, you slide out. It's very simple, very quick. So that's what I did the next day, which was Thursday. They took pictures, measurements, and that was it. So my treatment was starting on a Friday. So Friday morning, I went in and got my CAT scan. Everything was in place. Everything was fine. You go into the radiation room, and honestly, for me, that was the biggest struggle for me, because like I said, I was claustrophobic, and I knew I was going to be in a room. It was a very big room. It was a very pretty room. I didn't feel like I was closed in or anything. My fear that I was having was that the door was going to be shut. It was a very big door. It was like a vault. And just knowing that door is magnetically shut, I was afraid that I was going to get locked in. But that was my fear. That was me. I had to overcome that. And I did. So you go in the radiation room. You lay on a table, a very cushioned table. You are very comfortable. You have a pillow. They give you heated blankets. You have a nurse in the room, as also a physicist, and the physicist is the one who hooks you up to the radiation machine, which is on a cart. I thought it was going to be just like a solid thing plugged into the wall, and I thought I was going to be locked in, and these were all the fears that were going through my mind. So it was very simple. The physicist came in, plugged. I had 7 ports or 7 wires. He plugged me in. And I had plenty of room. It wasn't, I mean, I could move around. It's not like I was stuck, but you don't want to move around. You're not supposed to move around. So they plug you in, and the first treatment was 6 minutes. It was very quick. You feel no pain. The only thing you do feel is the wires moving a little bit, and you hear the machine. You know that something's going on, but you feel no pain at all. And once the treatment's over, I mean, it was so quick. Like I said, they come in, they unhook you, and they put everything back. They put the caps back on the wires that are attached to you, and then the nurse comes in and she applies some Neosporin on the open, because you do have an open wound. That's where the port is going in, and you feel no pain there either, which is good. And then she just repackages you, rebandages you, and then you're on your way. Basically, the whole treatment from the moment I walked in to get the CAT scan to the moment I walked out was about 35 minutes, give or take, maybe 5 minutes. It depends on how busy your doctor is, because the doctor does have to come in and check the physicist's work, to make sure that everything is correctly connected. So depending on if he's with another patient or if he's just busy, it depends on that. But the whole time, like I said, was about 30 to 35 minutes. And I did that twice a day for 5 days. The whole time I had this in me, I did everything normally. I did baby it as much as I can, because that's just me. Like I said, my pain threshold is very small. So even if I felt, there's no pain, but, even if you feel like, oh my gosh, I don't want to bend, or I don't want... That's the only thing. Sleeping was uncomfortable for me, because I don't sleep on my right side, but I had to sleep on my right side because it was in my left side. I live in South Florida. It's very hot, and to have to sleep with a bra, I'm also going through, I guess, premenopause, so I am getting hot flashes. Other than that, I mean, it's you don't even know it's there. It's just amazing how there is something sticking out of you, but you just cannot believe that it's in you. So I had it for 8 days total, from implant to removal. So I'll tell you now, the last day was on a Thursday. I had my treatment in the morning, and then I had my treatment in the afternoon. When my treatment was finished, the doctor comes in and he removes it. And it happens so quickly that you don't even have time to think. He just pretty much, I want to say yanks it out, but it slides out. But he does it so fast that you don't, there's no pain. Like, you're like, oh my gosh, that was so quick, it's out. The only pain, to be honest with you, for me, I don't know if it happens to everybody, but I did have fluid build up in my breast. I'm not really sure if it's because of the radiation, but there was fluid, and he had to squeeze the fluid out. So that, from me, it was uncomfortable. It was not excruciatingly painful, but he was squeezing on it. So it was already a tender spot. So for him to be squeezing my tender breast, it was a little bit uncomfortable, but I was able to, I squeezed the nurse's hand, and I made it through it. It was fine. And that was the worst part of the whole thing, is just the squeezing of it. But him removing it was not a big deal at all. It just slid right out, and it happened so fast, and that was great. And then the nurse comes, and she gives you 2 steri strips on the incision, which I believe the incision was about that big. It's not that big, and right now it's still healing. I would say today is the 5th day post radiation, and I'm doing well. It's healing. It's healing great. I mean, I have itching every once in a while, but that means that it's healing, so that's very good. And that's it. It is still a little tender to the touch, but that's normal, because there was a little incision there. There was something in my breast, so it's all healing. And so that's it. That's my experience, and I'm hoping that this video reaches somebody, and it answered questions that you guys may have. And if you have any more questions, you can send me a message, and I would be more than happy to answer any question you may have. Any fear, let me know, because let me tell you, I've been through a lot of the fears that I made up in my head. So Yeah, I wish you guys good luck. God bless you all. And yeah, God bless you.